You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. You're listening this evening to the Monday Night Community Show, and now it's time to hear the interview I did on the phone with Chief Inspector Paul Anderson as part of the regular slot I do with a local police force. First of all, I asked Paul to introduce himself to us.
Yes, of course. Hello, Daniel. My name's Paul Anderson, and I am the District Chief Inspector for Swale.
Now, I know there was a particular operation you wanted to sort of tell our listeners about firstly.
Yes, indeed. At this time of the year, October into early January, Kent Police run Operation Castle. That's our annual burglary awareness campaign with the aim of promoting ways in which people can protect their homes from burglars.
So tell us a bit more about that and how it actually works.
Okay, well, Kent Police is committed to tackling domestic burglary and obviously taking tough action to reduce those opportunities for burglars to strike. I think it's fair to say straight away that Swale's figures around burglary are quite low, but clearly when somebody is a victim of burglary, that's particularly impactful because individuals have gone into their home and effectively defiled that, and that's something that we recognise as the police and do our level best to reduce or eradicate those offences. It's fair to say that most burglaries occur during the daylight hours, so when people are at work and not necessarily in, and offences peak around lunchtime. So it's important to make sure that you take measures at night to secure your home and also, most importantly, before you leave home in the morning. It's probably worth saying that burglars target homes that look empty, perhaps whether the owner's gone on holiday. That can happen over the Christmas period. And in order to make the house look occupied, we recommend that you maybe use timer switches with lights and radios that come on so that the house looks occupied, and maybe asking a neighbour to use a driveway for their car, so again it looks as if someone's in, and to get the post removed from the front door so it can give an appearance of someone being at home. I realise these are probably basic stuff, but burglars often go for the easier opportunity and will shy away from houses that have a visible alarm box, look occupied. They'll go for an easier target, really.
And I'd imagine that's more relevant as we're coming up to Christmas because people often will go away or are having parcels delivered.
Absolutely, and that's what we've got to be. That's what residents and our homeowners have got to be alive to. That to make the house look as if people are in or it's regularly attended, and those telltale signs are reduced, perhaps, and don't give rise to burglars spotting that difference in others. It's fair to say that the burglary problem is generally between October, November, leading into December, January over Christmas. There's presents about. There could be packaging left on display, and the clock change means that there's dark evenings and more opportunity for people to get about unnoticed. Again, there's lots you can do to make it harder. We recommend that. Property is registered at Immobilise. That's www.immobilise.com, and that gives you a chance of your property, any stolen property, being reunited with when it's found with the original owner. And again, security marking your property can make it less desirable. Postcodes engraved onto items, and also the use of UV pens. And that makes it harder for criminals to get rid of things and increases your chances of recovering the items should they be stolen.
So you mentioned the Immobilise website. Is that something easy to do? And I assume it's something you register your products to, so there's a record of what you owned?
Absolutely, yeah. If you type in Immobilise into your search engine, that comes straight up and it takes you through. In fact, there's a link off the Kent Police website to that as well. and it just takes you through a really straightforward way of registering your details and the property and numbers of the devices you've got on there. So it's a really good tool that we use. Again, I have an awful lot of property here at the station that I can't identify, and if I can't identify it after a certain period, it gets sold, or on really in particular cases, it can go back to the people we've seized it from, which is not great. And I'd much rather, even if things have been stolen, but return them to their rightful legal owner.
Was there anything else you'd like to let our listeners know about?
In essence, don't be frightened by the burglary. As I say, it's a relatively low number offence in the district. However, just be aware of some of the things that can lead to you being a target, particularly social media now. Posting information about whether you're going to go on holiday or whether you're on a night out, and advertising the fact that your house is empty. Maybe again being careful about posting photographs of new and expensive gadgets that may see you as a target. And check your privacy settings on your social media, and particularly that'll be your location tracker, so that if they do look at where you phone or where you might be, it's obvious that you might not be at your home address. That's kind of the thing. Be just aware, I think, rather than being too not being too worried, but take action to make less of a target.
I was going to say, because it's very easy with Facebook. I know it suddenly come up if you're out somewhere. Do you want to check in your location straight away? You've broadcast you're out, and even where you are. So it's certainly something to be aware of.
It is, and I think people just, and quite rightly, they don't think of the wider consequences of things. It's just perhaps us, giving people a nudge and just being a little more thoughtful about, what information they're sharing and to whom, really.
Well, if you're happy we've covered everything, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to speak to us here at BRFM Bridge Radio.
Not at all, Daniel. Thank you very much.